Good evening, Mayor Petrila, commissioners, residents of St. Pete Beach. I had stuff written here, but you're asking for solutions.
Yes, sir.
So to your point, you're looking at content neutrality issues. So the sound of a live band or a DJ, that particular expression of music is going to be different than a solo or duo act with acoustic guitars. So this thing hearing something at 200 feet, 500 feet, it's going to be different because, you know, a drummer, a band playing rock music.
Right.
So your ordinance is going to have to be content neutral. The administration and enforcement of such is going to have to be content neutral in that respect. Because certain expressions, like rock music, is going to be louder than the girl singing whatever with their acoustic.
Right.
Right?
Mr. Caputo, I mean, you seem to be a subject matter expert in this. I'm assuming you're a musician of some sort?
I am.
Would you mind if I ask you just a couple questions, just to kind of help us understand your position better? Is that all right?
Yes, please.
Okay. So as it is right now, the ordinance refers to music after 10 p.m. So live music is not allowed after 10 p.m. already in the city. So I'm just trying to think through. So how would, after 10 p.m., how would this impact live music in the city?
After 10 p.m., I can't really speak to that. I'm just saying, like, the way you have the ordinance possibly written, we would need some form of, I saw the agenda minutes. There's, you're listing health problems that people could experience from noise. It would be great to see what information you're relying on upon which to base that ordinance. And then we're looking also at cultural heritage, like a band could be heard at that 500 feet. Boom. Code enforcement, that's a code enforcement. And then you're talking about, I guess, abatements too?
Right.
That
so as the general consensus of the commission is that if this comes back, it would not come back with the 500 feet. Would that address most of your concerns, or?
It would, especially, yeah, with that distance taken.
Just so that you all have a, I'm not going to hold you to the 3 minutes, right? I understand I'm taking.
I got you.
No,
this is great. Thank you.
Just so you all understand.
This rarely happens actually at commission meetings where we have a dialogue. So
I know that's not how we normally do it, right? And I'm not here to fight with you. I'm here to find a solution, right? I'm here to have a dialogue, right? And I think by actually hearing from you, you're going to help us make better decisions, right? So just so you understand, what happened a few minutes ago was the consensus of the commissioners was, which means is the directive to the city staff and the city attorney is that if this ordinance come back, it would be at the very least with the 500 feet removed. Right, so the 500 feet essentially is no longer on the table.
Nothing to 7 a.m.
So, no, sir. It's from 10. So what's still left? We can keep. You want to tell me more about the 500 feet? That's okay. I'll listen. Right. But so what's on the table right now is talking about how do we take care of people after 10 o'clock. Right. So from 10 o'clock. So live music is by it's a special permit in the city anyway, and it's over at 10 p.m. Okay. And so then after 10 o'clock, it's just general noise. It's not related to music at all. It actually the noise has nothing to do with music. It could be somebody sitting banging on a garbage can at 3 o'clock in the morning that you can hear 200 feet away.
Or doing construction work with their jackhammer or whatever.
I see them every Sunday, and we have an ordinance against that as well. And usually I'm just very kindly walk over and say, hey, look, I'm not going to report you, but, right.
More practical solutions.
Sure.
Go ahead and run the clock.
Thank you for indulging me. I appreciate it. That's very generous of your time to do that.
Appreciate you too. Look at some cases where there were issues that actually went all the way to the Supreme Court, costing taxpayers dearly, which God forbid if that happens. I mean, I just saw this whole thing with what you guys are looking at. So look at, there was a case, Tanner versus Virginia Beach, 2009 case. They worked out some type of ordinance since 2009, obviously worked out. City of St. Pete had major noise issues in 2019. I remember that. They were able to work things out. It would be great if your legal counsel could actually look at, hey, what did Tanner versus what's Virginia Beach doing now, based on that case, so nothing does go to court. Kovacs v. Cooper was another case I was reading. So basically, and the fact that we have a cultural heritage here, of live bands, that's a grandfathered thing here, that part of our culture. And just keep the First Amendment to free expression in mind in your deliberations, because I don't see any local governments talking about the Constitution. I don't even see state reps talk about the Constitution. You keep that in mind. Keep that First Amendment of free expression, the right of that, grandfathering the cultural heritage we have of live bands. Keep that in mind. Look at the ordinances for practical solutions, content neutrality, all of those things. And that's about all I can say. I appreciate you all's time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.